Hi, this is Adam Sutton from Sutton Business Velocity. I encourage you to visit my website, suttonbusinessvelocity.com, where you can learn more about the services my firm offers in support of your total reward strategy. I also encourage you to visit my YouTube channel, Total Rewards Expert Adam Sutton, subscribe and then get notified. And I think it's a great idea to do that because as a amazing surprise, I was able to talk to an AI expert, somebody I've known for many years, and he has agreed to come into a live stream with us. I'll record that as well, but in this live stream, he is going to provide us the AI perspective on the work that I've been doing here in series one. And he's agreed to come on at the back end of each one of the series to, in a sense, dissect this and help us to understand how to transition ourselves from using AI as a toolkit, which is what I'm referring to it these days. It's a tool in my toolkit, and change that into more so as being a partner in your productivity curve. And I think that that's going to be an amazing transformation, at least for me. I hope you want to join along. And I'll talk more about him as we get closer, but I encourage you to subscribe and become notified because this will be a live stream you'll want to either tune into or be a part of at some point. This is the blog that we were working on. We had taken this blog and we had pasted it into each of the AI tools. We've eliminated Grok because it just doesn't quite understand what we're trying to do here. This is the rating scale, just to familiarize yourself with what we've been working on to make sure that uh, we understand what the score is ultimately going to mean. And ChatGPT, we're going to start with, and that'll give us a better sense of where we're going to be. Now, why am I laughing? Because ChatGPT did something to me that I didn't expect. And I'll scroll down while I'm explaining it because we pasted and then it gave me its persona. But when I clicked the button after pasting here, it revealed the score right away. And let's just say the gut punching will begin very, very shortly. 7.4. So I am wearing a hardened shell. I was a B minus in series one. I am starting off series two as a C. We are just going to keep taking this. This is for science. I hope you read the blog as well. I hope you felt it was better than a 7.4. Please, I'm crossing my fingers. But at the end of the day, this is what ChatGPT thought of it. Let's read a little bit of it. I am not going to read the whole thing because this video would go exorbitantly long, but I'll scroll slowly so that you could read. And if you'd like, just email me, Adam at SuttonBusinessVelocity.com, and I'll take this whole thing and paste it into a Word document and send it over to you so you could read it if you want to. Um, let's read a little bit into this, then we'll hit each of the AI and we'll see what they all think. This is solid, fluent total rewards writing. It reads like someone who's been in the room when conversation gets spicy, but it stopped a half step short of showing the lived judgment that separates good comp philosophy from comp that survives contact with payroll managers and employee group chats. Ha ha ha. Okay, well, lived judgment is what seems to be emphasized here under the italics. Why it lands, it's got strong framing and tone, clear, practical levers, and it stays readable. It's missing guardrails that make this real. Internal equity isn't one thing. You treat it like a single. Oh, this just, the embarrassment just keep coming. You avoid the hard truth. You stink, and everything about you stinks. Communication section is good but incompetent. Specific improvements. Okay. So let's read the trash talk onward because this is what I wanted to see is what is the bottom line? Right now, this blog is like a well-built compensation range, clean, reasonable, and safe, but missing the spicy little market premium that makes the reader go, oh, this person has battle scars. Lived experience was highlighted. Battle scars seems to be emphasized here. Um, interesting. It's true. Uh, if you engage with Sutton Business Velocity, I think that what you'll learn is that I have more than 25 years of experience in the trenches, and the level of battle scarring is innumerable. And I would love to share those battle scars with you in hopes that we can create a solution to your total rewards issues. This is where Sutton Business Velocity shines It's in the level of engagement we can have. I've seen and I've done so many of these things in so many places that I can relate and empathize with your experience, with the battle scars, with that lived experience. I highly encourage you to engage with me, and hopefully we'll be able to solve for your total reward strategic needs. Let's go over to Claude and let's see what Claude has to say. Now, I didn't see Claude's score, but after seeing a 7.4, I'm pretty sure it's going to be brutal. But maybe we'll be able to, oh, geez, 7.3. So that's what it is. It's a 7.3. Uh, the shell just needs to get maybe a little bit harder at some point. I might need a double layered shell to help me, but for now, it seems that at a minimum, I am sitting at a C to C minus range in terms of its evaluation of my blogs. But let's see if we can find some alignment here. You didn't embarrass yourself. That's a 7.3, my friend. This blog is competent, readable, and demonstrates fundamentals using the right tone. The structure flows well. I'm just skimming, guys. But, and you knew there was what coming. This piece looks comfortably because it's missing the lived scars. See that? Now, there's the alignment with ChatGPT, the lived scars, the lived experience, judgment. I think it said battle scars at the end. So it's finding that alignment with the scarring. The core tension is accurately framed. It talked about framing earlier in ChatGPT. Data and dialogue section shows depth, practical approaches are defensible. You dance around the hard trade-offs, which I think even ChatGPT was talking about the fact that it missed out on the trade-offs and the hard truths. And it all hurt. Every bit of it hurt. It's still hurting. I feel it inside, in the chest. It's brutal. Let's hear the final thoughts. You wrote a solid blog. It would be, oh, geez, it would be excellent intro material for mid-level. Wow. It was written by someone who understands what Reddit has the scars. It's hitting this scar thing, all right, I see where it's having an issue with me. Let's take a quick look over here at Gemini. I didn't see Gemini's score. Let's go down here. We pasted it in. Pull the curtain back on this one. I sat through 1,000 calibration meetings with the managers, tried to justify why a new hire is making 20,000 more than the person training them. It's the most sensitive nerve in comp, the friction between the buy and the build retain. So it gets it. It's sort of framing it really nicely. The author correctly identifies the tightrope or tug of war metaphor. In the real world, this isn't just a math problem, it's a social psychology problem. And that is exactly right. So nicely staged, Google Gemini. I really like the way it stated it. 7.2. All right. So, you know, we're again, we're in science mode. We're just in science mode. Just keep saying it to yourself. Commentary. The snarky take. I'm just reading through it quickly. Again, anyone who's interested. Oh, okay, that was actually the bottom line. Um, oh, thoughtful dialogue. That's cute. Have you ever tried having a thoughtful dialogue with a software architect who just found out the new grad is making 95% of his base salary? It's a hostage negotiation. Yeah. This section on structured pay framework is the holy grail. Without levels, you're just throwing darts in the mouth. That's right. So job architecture. So it points to job architecture. I am in full agreement of that. I think job architecture sits at the root of many issues and that engage with Sutton business philosophy. I think that, a little tidying up and sometimes a redesign, it doesn't matter where it hits, but that starting off with the job architecture and understanding more about what the work is actually being done and how that aligns to the marketplace, how that structurally works in your organization. That's the real starting point, and I think that's where you can really start to see the changes that Total Rewards can make in your organization. Sudden Business Velocity can make that happen. Um, let's hit Microsoft Copilot here. I didn't see the score for Copilot. Okay, this is the pasting of the material. So what did I get so far? 7.4, 7.3, and a 7.2. So this is either going to be a 7.5 or a 7.1 is my guess. Oh, a 7.8. Well, I guess a C plus in a C minus world is not such a bad thing. So there you go. Wow, this is really hardcore. Let's read this a little bit. Directionally clean, accurate, and directionally correct. Sounds very Claude, if you remember what Claude was saying. Same thing here. Look, Bud, and you knew a Bud was coming. It was Claude that said these things. Clear framing, which is consistent through all of these. Emphasis on communications and transparency, practical recommendations that are directionally correct. So it really does fall consistently with the others. Just reading through it again, everyone. It's a strong, credible blog that reflects a real understanding of compensation fundamentals. It's clean, accessible, and directionally correct, which I think actually is said in another one. Clean, accessible, and directionally correct. If you want, I can also write the blog. Oh, goodness. So I think battle scars, scarring the lived experiences of professionals and executives was missing from the blog. I will agree with that. I think that was definitely the case. Interesting how alike Copilot and Claude were. ChatGPT was in the same sort of realm as those two. I felt that, maybe Google Gemini took a different perspective on things. We're going to pause there. Block two is going to be pasted into the AI tools in episode three. I will also take a bit of time to review some of the content that was provided in the feedback here and see if there's some interesting other bits of feedback that I can, sort of share along the way. And we will continue this series exploring AI. And I hope that you'll continue to join in episode three to come. Thank you very much.